And
So let me just talk to you about the power of branding. Okay. So
mhm.
Hanemühle is like a 300-year-old German company with this sexy German name that's hard to pronounce but looks beautiful.
Yes.
It invokes the uber luxury of Mercedes and BMW and
Yeah.
German precision.
Yeah.
Now, do you want me to bust your bubble and tell you the inside baseball?
Please do. Please do.
They barely even do their own manufacturing anymore. Other people manufacture the media for them. And it's one company that
Really?
manufactures the media for all three, which are all the same competitors. It is literally just brand. It's nothing else. Nothing
Okay.
else. Yeah. So
All right.
how it goes. How it goes. So you can use ours though, and our guys are great. I want to pull this back
Okay.
down. Oh, that was a really smooth
That's my
transition.
biggest concern, and yeah, like you said, I used to my old career was I was a massage therapist at the Four Seasons
Mm-hmm.
Hotel,
Yep.
Bob, and so you have all of this kind of stuff, floof that goes around it. At the end of the day, it's just a room with a bed, and all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. But it's got all this extra stuff around it that makes it seem like it's this really big thing.
Yep.
And it's nice. I'm not saying it isn't, but just that, like I just, that was my concern, was having something that people can say, yes, I know this is this level. So I'm not worried about paying this price
Yep.
for the item because I know it's going to last and I know it's a good quality and I know the vibrancy is going to be
Yep.
eternal.
Yeah. Yep. 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 And at the end of the day, you can do that. No one's saying
Mm-hmm.
you can't do that. So
Yeah,
you just need
no,
to
but that's but I
take some
appreciate
steps.
you busting my bubble because I having worked, like I said, in a place like the Four Seasons, you get to see the back end of things, and the place is very nice. But it's just like any other nice hotel when you get down to it.
Yep.
So, knowing that they don't do their own and stuff like that helps me feel better about other stuff because I haven't really get had a chance to see the print quality that you guys have. I heard that it's good. I trust that it's at least somewhere in the fair to Midland point because I hadn't seen it.
Yep.
But seeing that helps. Those pieces that you held up and stuff, they do seem reasonable, and that's what I want, is something that's going to be nice, so that I'm giving something of quality to my customers.
You got it. You just need to start taking some
Anyway,
steps in the right direction, my dear, and you're going to do fine.
okay. Thank you for letting me run my mouth.
No, no, it's all. Are you kidding me? Coming from me, okay? You think I'm living in a glass house over here, throwing stones? All right. No one runs their mouth more than me. But yeah, just start taking some positive steps, and you'll get there, man. And trade on that name. I've been trading on that name for years. Okay, it's gonna go Russ Gold and then Karen. Go ahead, Russ.
Hi, thanks
Gotcha.
for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for joining.
I'm in a very similar situation to Mary.
Okay.
I'm actually a professional musician. I've been my whole life. I understand freelancing and a little bit of marketing. I've been an amateur, semi-pro photographer also most of my life, but I've had zero experience marketing anything.
Okay.
The only professional experience I've had is doing headshots, which it's been family and friends. They've all been wildly enthusiastic and have used their stuff professionally and gotten a lot of eyebrows on it. But I'm really unsure as to what the next step would be. I think what you said to Mary was super useful to me in terms of just create tangible goods and start showing them around. But I'm wondering if you could maybe even elaborate more on what you think the next step. I liked your thoughts on don't kid yourself about the value of your output without looking at what's actually being sold. But I've had no experience selling anything other than the headshot work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've had a lot of really solid opinion about my work. I've talked to some professors and blah blah blah, and they're always like, well, you got a great eye, you should do this, you should do that. um, Great, but I want to know how I can monetize from here, which is kind of ground zero.
Yeah. You need to validate, and again, this is the huge bummer because I'm a digital marketing guy. Okay, I know all the digital marketing tricks. It stands to reason digital
Mm-hmm.
marketing should actually be easier than doing it in person. It's not. It's not. So
Gotcha.
pre-COVID, the best thing to do would be get the aforementioned booth at the this, the that, the other, and sit in it, have face-to-face contact with people, and see if you can't take some cash from people that are not named mom or dad or good friends, right? So post-COVID, that's gotten a little bit harder. In some parts of the country, you're okay, but that would have been the ultimate recommendation. April, there's 2 podcast episodes, and I want you to get the link of both and put them in the show notes. Okay. Apologies ahead of time. Okay. I'm a marketer. I write salacious headlines sometimes to get clicks. Okay. That's been going on for a long time. I have 2 podcast episodes called the Does My Art Suck test. Okay. No one's saying anyone's art sucks. Okay. The larger point is how you go about getting the validation, some steps. I want you to listen to those 2. Post-COVID, if you have sort of any decent social following, you run the live art show, you show the pieces off, and you see if you can get some sales. Does that work? Yeah, it does. It's fantastic. It's amazing. It's probably the best we can do in a truly like COVID lockdown world that we're still sort of in right now. It's hard though if you don't have any social following, right? If you don't have anyone on there that's going to see the broadcast, then that's just hard. So this is just one of those things. There's this guy Ben Horowitz that has the book called The Hard Thing About Hard Things. This is the hard thing about hard things. Got to get some validation somehow, right? You need to be able to prove that someone will actually be able to fork over hard-earned dollars for your subject matter, for your photography, and you're not going to know anything until you do. Because you could go and it could be crickets, in which case whatever you're selling is not ready, or it's and many times it's got nothing to do with your eye, by the way. The eye is nothing. Like, I'm continually blown away by some artists, and I'll say, like, I'm an amateur photographer, okay? I took photography classes in school. I have a very good eye. I understand the rule of thirds. I understand how to use the camera. I take some incredible pictures. I know I could sell my work, right? I haven't done it, but I know what I'm talking about. There are some people on this platform, okay, that I don't even understand how they call themselves a photographer, okay? They can barely even use a camera, and they're selling well. And I can't believe it. And it's truly like, art is in the eye, or, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? So you don't know what you don't know. And you might have some work that like people would go nuts for and start selling right away. You might go down there and have 6 different styles in your booth or 6 different styles in your live art show, and you think your landscape photos are super sweet, and it turns out it's your macro photography that everyone is just glomming onto and selling. So we don't know what we don't know, right? And there is no shortcut to getting the feedback. You have to get the feedback. Only the market can tell you. I can't tell you. Mary Rembrandt can't tell you. Kelly can't tell you. Like, you have to get the feedback. And only the market can tell you. And that credit card coming out of the wallet by people not named, mom, dad, brother, sister. That's it. So figure out the quickest way to do that, the hackiest way to do that. You muted yourself again, Russ, so I don't have you. There, let's see if that does it again.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, good.
Okay. Thank you. So I've got over 3,000 friends on Facebook.
Then you have
my
more than
career.
enough. Then you have more than enough to do the live art show.
So you think it's cool for me to market to my music people?
Hey guys, it's me, Russ, and I'm getting real sick of this dumpster fire of a COVID situation. Live gigs, done. Open bars, done. Playing music, not happening. So what do you got to do? You got to pivot. Life gives you lemons, you got to make lemonade. I'm attempting, you guys, to launch my fine art photography career. How am I going to do that? A, you're going to have to order prints, same as everyone else, because you're selling knives. You got to have the knives. You're going to hold them all up and say, I'm having this flash sale on this live right now. Yes, I know your family and friends following me for years from various different backgrounds. Hook a brother up, okay? I'm looking to raise some funds to get this whole thing going. Show it off. Say would normally sell this for $600. Willing to sell it for $300 right now. Set it aside. Go to the next one. Guys, you can text me. You can send me an instant message. You can send me a messenger, snail mail, send a pigeon. I have smoke signals. Just let me know if you want one of the pieces. Trying to raise the funds to take this thing online. And that's it. Go. Do it. And do like 5 of them, because not all your friends are going to see the first one, and you're going to make a bunch of mistakes the first time because it's hard. There's technological learning curves. But yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I would do, straight up. Do we lose you? Oh, he might have fallen off right before my true moment of brilliance at the end. Okay, Karen, you're up next. I don't know where he went.
Here I am.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask you, what is a live art show, which you've kind of explained.
Yep.
How do you promote it? Or you just tell your Facebook friends I'm gonna have
You
this?
don't even have to promote it. What ends up happening is you go live, and anyone that follows you that's online at that particular moment gets notified automatically, which is pretty awesome. But you could promote it, but we sort of recommend getting some reps and sets in before you do that. But this is all the kind of stuff that we teach. But all you got to do is take that phone, find out what social platform you have that has the most, sign in, go live, hold the camera up, start talking, show off the art, say, let me know, go through the aforementioned. You can send me an email or smoke signals or snail mail or FedEx or Messenger or text message. I'm available, looking to sell all this stuff to raise funds. Thank you. Press end. Done. Do it again. Do it again.
Is that available on LinkedIn too?
It is. It's a little bit harder to get on LinkedIn. You have to ask for permission on LinkedIn, but there's a process and you can do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about using Zoom for something like that and inviting people to come to your Zoom special flash sale?
Yeah,
meeting?
you could. Like the technology is the distraction of it all. Like doesn't matter. Like it's just getting one in the water and doing it. Follow Laura. She's doing these things live all the time. She doesn't have it all figured out, but she's shipping them. See, Laura, I just got you another follower. Just got you another follower. Yeah, Karen, don't get bogged down on the technology. Just do one. Go. Ready, go. In the show notes too, we had this gal, Debbie Herbert, and I know you've heard about her because we mentioned her. I think she was a retired school teacher. She's like, I'm going to take my art career seriously. And we told her to do this, and she went live on Facebook, and I think sold $900, $1,200 worth of art. And she's like, all right, you guys know what you're talking about. I'm going to go. So that's how it went. Okay. Mary, you're up. Go ahead.
Yay, thank you. I didn't know I got more than one opportunity. That's awesome. But in light of what Karen was saying, I only have maybe 60 some odd people following me on Facebook. That's my biggest one, I do believe. But how would I then sell or get it to the person since I don't really have anything set up? Is it possible to sell it through art storefronts?
Venmo, PayPal, old school thing called a check. Write that check, send it to me.
PayPal, okay.
Yeah.
PayPal, I've got.
Yep. See, any of those things can work. So, yeah, that's
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep, my pleasure. Okay, Charlie, I see you in the chat. I'm gonna find you. Hold on. Okay, Charlie, I'm attempting to unmute you.
I just
Gotcha.
pressed unmute.
Yep, I got you.
Oh, good. Okay. My work varies tremendously over the period of time that I've been doing it. How much do you get involved in organizing the website from what I have now to the way you will be doing it?
I mean, ultimately, we give you a ton of recommendations, right? If depending on the number of work that you have, we normally tell everyone to put in a gallery of their best sellers on the homepage, right? And then they can organize subsequent galleries. But if it hasn't sold in the last umpteen so years, how many images do you have? Do you have hundreds and thousands, or what are we talking about? Or you have like 50?
At least 50.
Yeah. So if you've got 50, then I would put them all arranged bestsellers to non, all on the homepage, and see what happens.
Okay. Good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's one of those really easy ones. It's easy to get bogged down in the details, right, and be overthinking it. Yeah, and so I should also mention too, COVID sucks. We know it's on. We know people are hurting. So we've got a sale going on. Taylor, what is the sale called? I can't even keep up with the sales. The Q4 sale? Oh, it ends
about Q4.
Oh, it ends
We're
this
getting
week.
started with all that Q4 marketing next month, really, in just a week or two. So it's all themed around, hey, if you want to be putting in all the work and take advantage of the busiest art selling time of the year, which is October, November, December, it really all starts in September. You got to warm up for it, get your audience going before you start asking them to buy stuff.
Yep.
And so the sale is all about, getting you started early enough to still do some real damage this fourth quarter.
Yep. Got it. So, yep. When exactly is Q4? Q4 collectively is just the holiday buying season. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, all of it's Q4. Q4 is just the last 3 months, but it termed in terms of sales. Traditionally, it's when more, let's be honest, it's when more everything is sold all year, but especially art and photography. More art and photography tends to be sold in Q4 than at any other point in time all year. So, important to get ready for it. And again, Mary, I don't know what all the details are. I can't even keep up with the sales. I can barely even run my own department. I'm drowning here. So I'm online live video 5 to 6 days a week. It's making me crazy. So, you know, if you can request a demo, our people are super friendly. They are non-pushy. They will not call you again if you don't want to be called again. Like, don't call me, I'll call you. Totally fine. So you can request a demo. They'll call you, ask all the details, the pricing, the this and that. They have all the you know, the details of everything that I would have no idea on. So it's just worth doing that if you're ready to roll. But on that note, my wife's yelling at me. Guys, thank you. Got to go. Appreciate you all. Great questions today. And good luck. Have a great rest of your week. Okay, bye.